So sorry. So recording is in the middle of going over vocabulary, all right? So 3x squared plus 2y plus 7xy plus 5, those are all different terms, okay? None of those terms are considered alike because they do not have the same variables in them. Like terms. Like terms are terms that contain the same variables, raised to the same power. Only the numerical coefficients are different. So 2x is like 5x. They both have x attached to the coefficient, and x is to the power of what? 1. Okay? I have a question for you. This would be a master's question. Who knows what x raised to the power of 0 is? 1. Very good. What is 5 raised to the power of 0? 1. Anything raised to the power of 0 is 1. Okay? All right? All right. Only the numerical coefficients are different in an expression. Only like terms can be combined. We combine like terms to shorten and simplify algebraic expressions so we can work with them more easily. To combine like terms, we add the coefficients and keep the variables the same. We cannot combine unlike terms because that's like trying to add apples and oranges. All right? Look at these 10 terms. Let's find all the like terms that can be combined. So we're just going to look at these, and I've got 3. So somebody tell me 2 that are alike. Anybody? Hold it. Give me 2 that are alike. 4 and negative 2 are alike. That is because why? Because it has nothing to do with the 2 and the 4. It has to do with the fact that this one, both of them only have x to the power of 1 and y to the power of 2. Okay? So they are considered like. So we could put those right here, right? We could put 4xy squared negative 2xy squared. Does anything else go out with those? Negative 4 over 5, so negative 4/5 xy squared is also like those. Okay? All right, let's see how many terms have x squared y. Where are they? Negative 8, negative 1/3. So instead of boxing, I'm going to circle. What else? 3. So all 3 of those have 3x squared y, negative 8x squared y, negative 1/3 x squared y. Those are all the same terms. They can be combined. So really I could look at this as I have negative 8 and 1/3 and a positive 3 would give me what? If I had a negative 8 and 1/3 x squared y and I have a positive 3x squared y, what would I have left? Negative 5 and 1/3 x squared y is correct. Okay? You see how they got there?
Yeah.
All you're really doing is adding and subtracting your coefficients.
So it's
Integers.
Oh.
Now you know why we reviewed integers yesterday, right? Oh. Okay. Do you get it?
Oh.
Okay. If I wrote let's just say I wrote -8 plus 3, what would that give you?
-5.
Do you see how that gives us -5?
Yeah.
Yeah. You see? A -8 and a positive 3 gives you, but you just add the 1/3 onto it, and so you end up with -5 and 1/3. And since you don't know the value of these, you can't do anything with them except for add them right there. Right? It's like this. If you have a 2x and you have a 3x, what does that equal? 5x. All right? See, if I tell you x is equal to 2, well, you could substitute it here, right? You could put 2 times 2, which would be what? 4. Plus 3 times 2 is 6. And that is what? 10. Well, 5 times 2 is... So do you see how that works? Does that help?
Yeah. Oh, no.
All right. Which is the only term with x squared y z? -7x squared y z. All right. Now, only xy term is 1/3 x, y. Now we're looking for all these terms have an x squared, y squared. So the only one that's going to work is 2x squared, y squared. And then this is the only one with x, y squared, z. -5xy squared z. And remember, z's I will always put a line through, okay? All right, so now let's get to what you're really going to need to do. This is your work.
What was it?
That was just notes. You can put that, if you want, you can put that in your folder to take home, because it might help remind you of something. Okay? You're getting homework.
We're not coming home tomorrow.
It doesn't matter, you still take your homework home. Okay? So, notes, go in the notes section if you want it in your binder. If you want to take it home, put it in your homework folder. Okay? Alright guys, you ready? Hey, I want to give you as much help as I can, but if you guys get rowdy like this, we got to stop, we got to wait, and then we got to go on. So, simplifying algebraic expressions is the same as combining alike terms, all right? So we're going to simplify these. We have terms in this expression. I have terms that are with n, and then I have constants. Constants are just numbers. They stay the same. They are constant. So what I suggest you do, I always box my term with n, and you need to keep the sign in front of it. And I box the sign and the other one with n. Okay? So terms with n are 2n, and then I have a plus 5n. So what is left here? Constant terms. I have a positive 8 and a negative 3, don't I? Yeah, that's an 8. So now I have 2n plus 5n gives me what? 7n. And a positive 8 and a negative 3 gives me what? So I'm going to write positive 5. And now when I combine them, I get 7n plus 5. And I'm done. As far as you can go. There's no equal sign. You cannot answer this.
It's an expression.
Okay? It's an expression. All right? All right, let's go to something just a little more challenging. All right? Let's look at number 5.
I knew you were going to.
Now, what did I tell you? If you see a variable by itself, what should you write in front? So we got a 1 there. Okay? So we just have x's and constants. So I'm going to box x's with the sign in front of it, because you always take, that tells you whether that is positive or negative. So now I have a 1x. If it was negative, I would write the negative sign out there. Since it's my first term and it's positive, I don't necessarily have to do that. Then I've got a plus 3x plus 6x. And then what's left? I've got a negative 8 and a positive 12. Okay? So I've got 1 plus 3 gets me 4. Plus 6 gets me 10. And I don't want to forget my x there. Okay? Now I have a negative 8 and a positive 12, which gives me 4. Plus 4. Combine them, and I get 10x plus 4. Okay? All right. Destiny. Please choose one more on this side that I will do.
The hardest one. Hardest one. Don't push it. Don't push it. Hey.
Don't shut up.
Anyone, Destiny? 8. Okay. All right. I'm going to box my terms with Z. And the sign before it, so that I remember to take my signs, and then I know whatever's left is constants. So I have a negative 5z, and I have a plus 10z, and I have a negative 2z. Okay? Now, I've got leftover 4, I have a negative 1, and I have a positive 6. So now I'm going to start combining. Terms with z, negative 5 plus 10, or you could look at this, if it's easier for you, a negative 2 and a negative 5 is going to give me what? Negative 7. Negative 7 and a positive 10 gets you? Positive 3z. Since it's positive, I don't need to write it out in front. Same thing, I would have gotten a 5z here. 5 minus 2 gives me 3. Okay? Now I've got 4. And I could add the 2 together, right, that are positive. 4 and 6 is 10. Take away 1 is? So is it positive or negative? Positive 9. So it's 3z plus 9. Okay? All right. Who said easy? That was Kobe, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Kobe, turn the page.
Hey, why don't do one too, man? Let him write.
All right, Kobe, pick one.
I don't know what you're
18, he says.
Bro, that's the easiest one.
All right. So, we have terms with x. We have terms with z, and we have constants. And this z over here doesn't have anything in front of it, so the first thing I'm going to do is write a 1. Okay? The first thing it's asking me for, by the way, in algebra, you put your terms, they're by alpha order and then by power. Okay? So x comes before z, right, in the alphabet. So terms with x, I'm going to box my terms with x, and I've got with the sign in front of it, I've got negative 7x plus 10x. Then I've got terms with z. I'm going to circle terms with z with the sign in front of it, and that says I have a plus, and I don't need to write the plus sign. I have a 4z and a subtract 1z, and then constants, oh, I've only got one, and it's a positive 2. Okay, not so bad, is it?
No.
Okay, so terms, that's why you take this in pieces. You break it apart. You don't let it overwhelm you. So you've got a negative 7 and a positive 10. What does that give you? Positive 3, and since it's my first term, I'm not going to write that positive sign. I'm just going to write 3x. Okay? My next one, I've got a positive 4 and a negative 1. What am I going to end up with? And is it positive or negative? Positive. So positive 3z, and then I have a positive 2 down here. So now when I combine it all, I end up with 3x plus 3z plus 2. Okay? All right, Eduardo, you get to pick the last one you want me to do.
15, that's the longest. 14? 15, that's the longest.
No, 16.
15. Oh, 15. No.
What would you like me to do, Eduardo?
You pick.
Oh, me pick?
No.
Would you like to give it to a friend to pick?
Yeah, I guess Adrian.
Adrian, what should I pick?
I want to see what he says. Why not me? I want to see what he says. Well, don't let him pick it.
All right, which one do you want me to do?
Adrian, come on, bro, you got this.
Yeah.
What should I choose?
Which one should he choose?
What are we doing here? She's working on a problem.
Come on, you're wasting your time.
11 and 18. Pick a number.
Excuse me?
11 or 18 is everything? 11. Pick a number.
11. A number between. Oh, jeez. No, between 11 and
13.
13. All right.
All right, 13, Miss Umbrella. What's that? The coat. Oh, I forgot it. All right, here we go. Box your terms with X. Why don't you try it and see if you end up the same as me? All right? You see what I'm doing? I'm going to see if you can do the same as me. Then I'm going to circle my terms with K with the sign in front of it. Then whatever's left over are my constants, and I'm going to take those signs and write those down.
Good stuff.
So now, then I'm going to combine my terms of X and write that answer. Then I'm going to combine my terms with K and write that answer plus the sign. If my terms with X was negative, I would definitely include that sign up there, okay? But since it's positive and it's going to be my first term, we don't write plus 4X minus something K, all right? All right, so then I've got, so then I combine it all.
Why did you let her pick it?
Okay, I could do one more, or you can have 15 minutes to work on this in class. What do you want?
On our own.
On your own, yeah. I'll be here, but yeah.
Alright, whatever you gotta choose then.
Yeah, get to work. Okay? The video for this class, so if you need to review it, will be on Google.